Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world, and welcome to yet another A-Crew Online. And this is a very special one because I'm in Mallorca. This is one side of the world, and we're talking to someone who is in Tahiti.
Tahiti, Giannis of Tahiti.
Tahiti. So we're basically in two time zones.
Hello.
Hi. What's the time
Yes,
at the moment in Tahiti? What's the time at the moment in Tahiti?
It's currently 9 a.m.
Yeah.
So yes, in the morning. So
yeah, and it's 8 p.m. where I am. So it's very interesting. I look outside; it's already dark. I can see the lights of the hotels. But like, it's good to have you with me.
Yeah, and I just woke up.
You just woke up. You just had breakfast. I'm about to have dinner, so it's all going to be great. This is for us a session that we really wanted to do because it's good for all the captains and crew in the world, and only them, the brokers, management companies, owners, charter guests, to see what the options are at the moment with the whole COVID situation. And we're very happy to have you with us today, and it's going to be a very interesting topic. Let me start with introducing you and the topics that we're having today. Let me small us a little bit. So what we're going to do today is we're here together with the Tahiti Tourism, and we're going to talk about the shelter for superyachts. And I'm not going to give it all away because there's a whole presentation, some beautiful videos planned, but it's basically telling you guys that Tahiti is open for business. Yachts can be there, and tourism is open. I'm correct?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. If you look at it from that perspective, I'm here with Mano Rai, who is, well, he's born and raised in Tahiti, but he's the marketing coordinator for Tahiti Tourism. Would you like to introduce yourself a little bit because you're with me, it's a bit strange to introduce you, right?
Yes, thank you. So yes, I've been working with Tahiti Tourism for 6 years now. So it's basically Tahiti Tourism, the destination marketing organization of the islands of Tahiti. So we are promoting our country everywhere in the world. So yes, I've been working in different sectors after my studies, and yes, one day I just asked myself, what do I love? What do I really like? And it's my country. So for me, there's not a better job than promoting country around the world. So that's basically who I am and what I like to do.
Yeah, well, and I said that we should do this webinar in French because it's a beautiful language and it's the native language of Tahiti as well. Puis bonsoir, Manoa. On peut parler en français aussi, mais personne va me comprendre.
Yes, I'm
So
no
one will understand us, Manoa. So let's get back to English. But thank you so much for being with us again. And what are we talking about today? Today we're talking about the shelter for superyachts. Yeah? And as I can read out, it's like you have been isolated for over 4 months, but now since July you're back in business, right? You got yachts coming, you got guests coming. Am I correct?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Well, that's great news. I think a lot of other countries and regions would hope that they had that opportunity. Manoa, I'm going to give the floor to you. If you want me to, I can start your presentation and you can take it off, and I'll be popping back whenever. Any questions? We collected a few questions from crew around the world that I will ask you later. And I would say the floor is all yours. And ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the session with Manoa.
Thank you very much, Ono. So yes, today I just wanted to give you an update about the situation here in Tahiti, in the islands of Tahiti, which is also known as the French Polynesia. Despite being isolated from the rest of the world, we were not spared by the COVID-19 crisis, unfortunately. So just as a starter, I wanted to remind you where we are located. So the islands of Tahiti are the middle of the South Pacific Ocean. It's around 4,000 nautical miles from Panama Canal. And Tahiti is actually the first stopover for yachts who wants to explore the South Pacific. And by plane, it's around 8 hours from Los Angeles, 20 hours from Paris. So a lot of people don't really realize the islands of Tahiti. You can see on this map, the islands of Tahiti are as large as Western Europe. The only difference is that it's only 1% land versus 99% water. So as you can imagine, it's the perfect playground for superyachts. It's 118 islands divided in 5 archipelagos. And the condition, the navigation conditions are pretty good. So it's easy to access the main islands and to go from an island to another. Okay, so now just a few words about what makes the islands of Tahiti a great place for superyachts. So the first combinations, I would say, is privacy and safety. As you might know, Tahiti is not a mass destination, so we have only around 200,000 visitors per year. It's quite low compared to other destinations of the same type. And basically, you can find yourself easily alone on an island by yourself, which is great. And safety as well. We are a French territory under French regulation. There is no terrorism in Tahiti. There is no piracy. And we have also modern healthcare infrastructure. And of course, during this global crisis, we are now prepared for COVID-19. So the main reason people come in Tahiti, and especially people coming on a super yacht, is for our beautiful marine life. So we have a wide range of pelagic species. We have humpback whales, dolphins, sharks, fish, turtles, and water paradise for divers and snorkelers. Culture is very strong in our island. So each of the 5 archipelagos has its own identity, its own culture. And the Tahitian and the Polynesian people are known to be very friendly and very welcoming as well. Yes, a few words also about our infrastructure here and service for superyachts. So the main island of Tahiti, the capital of French Polynesia, has 2 main marinas which can accommodate superyachts with modern berthing facilities and all services for superyachts. In terms of repair facilities, we have also 300 tons travel lift and floating dry dock available. So yes, let's talk about our main subject today. So as I said before, we were heavily impacted by the COVID-19 crisis in March 2020. Facing the intensity of the crisis, the local government decided to shut down our borders. It was a difficult decision because tourism is actually our #1 resource. So we knew that the impact on the local economy would be big. But at the same time, it was necessary to do it in order to protect the local population. So thanks to this measure, along with the self-isolation of the local population and all the education, in May 2020, there were no more active cases on our territory, which is great. So it worked. And thanks to this, the government starting to plan the reopening of our borders. It was very important to prepare everyone. So there was basically 3 steps, 3 parts. So the first one was really to keep on educating the local population about the importance of barrier gesture, as we call them. So wearing a mask, keep social distancing, washing your hands, and be aware of all the potential COVID-19 symptoms. So that was the first part. The second part was to work with the local tourism industry. So we, as the tourism board, we work with other professionals, hotels, transports, activities, and with the local Ministry of Tourism to create a guide for the tourism professional with really specific measure per sector. So, for example, for accommodation, it's all about managing flows, managing areas, cleaning surfaces regularly. So we really got into details with this guide so that all the industry is prepared to receive the visitors. And of course, the third part was to create a protocol for future visitors. So basically today, this protocol includes a form to fill in before departure. Also, a negative test to provide 3 days before departure, and 4 days after the arrival in the islands of Tahiti, there's also a self-test to be made. But the good thing is that there is no quarantine imposed for visitor, because we knew it was a difficult decision as well, but we knew that imposing a quarantine will discourage potential visitors. And so, thanks to all this work, we managed to reopen the borders in July 2020. So now we are, the tourists, the visitors are coming back to our islands, which is very good for the local economy. But unfortunately, we could not avoid the virus to come back into our island. So it was difficult at the beginning, but I can say that now the situation is starting to stabilize, as you can see there. So here we have the new cases in French Polynesia since October 2020. And you can see that from November 2020 to January 2021, we have a big drop of new COVID cases, which is very good. And also, most of the remote islands are completely safe from COVID. So before going on, I would like to show you 2 videos. So the first one is actually called Reconnect with the World. So it was just to show you how we, as a destination marketing organization, how we had to readapt our strategy and to change the message we wanted to share with our audience. What we tried to do is to really position the islands of Tahiti as a shelter for visitors and for Superyachts as well. So let's start the video.
Let's make sure that we mute ourselves, no matter what, for the background noise.
Imagine a place where you can feel totally secluded and reconnect with nature, your loved ones, and all your senses. Revive your spirit of discovery. And remember what you've been missing. Here you can feel the life force flow through all things. We call it mana. Reconnect with the world in the islands of Tahiti.
So now I will show you a second video. So we were talking about all these measures and all the education we made. So this video was made for the future visitors before we opened the borders, and it was just a way to let them know that the local tourism industry is prepared and that our islands are prepared for COVID-19, and also to educate them about the importance of respecting all these measures to protect the local population.
And I'll mute myself.
Dear visitors, for your safety and everyone else's, please follow a few simple rules. On arrival, you will be asked to wear a mask in public spaces and to wash your hands regularly, or to use hand sanitizer. Queuing and public spaces have been adapted to avoid close proximity. Staff regularly clean furniture, toilets, and equipment. Please wear a mask when in the presence of others. Elsewhere is up to you. Tourism professionals have adapted their services to ensure everyone's safety. They have been given official guidelines on how to run their business safely. Together, let's take the right steps to ensure everyone's well-being.
All right. Now let's go back to the presentation. Okay, so now the big question: what about Superyachts? So, as we said before, Superyachts are still welcome in the islands of Tahiti. So that's the good news. When the border closed in July 2020, Cypriots who were already in Tahiti, of course, were allowed to stay and to stay in the country. And there was also some Cypriots who were already on their way to Tahiti when the border closed. So, of course, this one have been allowed to enter our waters. As you may also know, charter is legal. Secure charter is legal in French Polynesia, in Janus of Tahiti, and a lot of charter have been going on since the reopening of the borders. And even now, which is usually the low season, we have seen a lot of bookings. And I really think there is a changing trend, in new visitors and charter clients. I just think that Tahiti is now seen as a shelter for Cypriot. People are looking for a place where they can feel safe, where they can get away from the crowds, and I think that's where we, as a destination marketing organization, we managed to play our cards right, if I can say, because from the beginning we tried to position the destination as a safe destination where everyone can feel safe. Yeah, basically. So just a few words now about the entry conditions for Superyachts in our islands. So the very good news is that the sanitary procedure have been simplified recently because there was no marine declaration of health is still requested just before the arrival. Authorities have also cancelled the necessity for crew COVID tests before departure and arrival. And of course, the sea borders, as before, are still controlled. So all the yacht has to need to register before arrival and to make sure our crew have the required visas to stay in French Polynesia. So for people coming by plane, so whether it is crew or passenger, as I said before, there is a clear procedure, an easy procedure with an online form to fill in before departure, a negative test to provide 3 days prior to make 3 days prior to boarding, and a self-test 4 days after the arrival. And I know that the situation is evolving and it's changing all around the world. And now some countries ask their residents after they travel to provide a negative test when they come back to their home country. So just to let you know that in Tahiti we have testing sites available for this, and at the airport you're also able to do an antibody test. And of course I make sure we share the link with you with all the information I just shared with you today. It's on our website. We have a specific part for this.
Can I have a question? Yes. Like the swab test, that's a PCR test, correct?
Yes, sure. So the swab test, yes, it has to be a PCR test.
Well, thank you. That was a question that we received online, so it's good that we answered that one. Thank you.
Yes, welcome. So yes, that's all I wanted to share with you today. Thank you for your attention, and of course, I'm sure you can really get in touch with me if you have questions about inquiries, whether it is for Superyachts coming or charter itineraries or everything. So yes, do not hesitate to reach me for any details about Janus of Tahiti.
Fantastic. So if we thank you so much. We have a few questions, and I think this is like, obviously I haven't prepared Manoa to the question, so if he's got anything, we said like, I'll come back to it. That's absolutely legit. They're not about the COVID regulation. I think you explained that very well. I think if people want to read back on it, have more questions, please reach out to Tahiti Tourism. They will have all the answers. Their websites are available, and we'll make sure that we have your presentation together with the video so that people can look back. And the questions I have is like a lot of vessels have not been to French Polynesia yet, and they're considering. So the questions I received is there any limitations for vessels to enter? Is there anything like the Bahamas, for example, that you cannot get everywhere with your draft or your beam? Is there any limitations to enter Tahiti for a size vessel?
So the main island of Tahiti can accommodate large vessels. Then it will really depend on where the yacht wants to go. So of course there are remote islands with no passes or short, small passes where it's hard to get into. But the main islands, the ones that most of the superyachts visit on the main itineraries, everything is on the technical side. There's no problem for light superyachts. Yeah.
Fantastic. And then obviously, if you come with owners or guests, you always want to show the hidden gems. You want to go to somewhere special, or you want to, and I know that could be from highly luxurious to something very local. Is there anything which you say, like at the moment, that you say, like, if you would be coming to Tahiti now, I would definitely go there or try that out with your guests?
So
that's a big question. I know it's a big question.
Yeah, sure. But it's a very good question, and it really depends. As I said before, the big asset we have is that we have 5 archipelagos, which are very, very different. So, for example, if you take the Marquesas, which is on the northeast, it's the most recent island actually. So you have like these big islands with no reef and just very, very specific scenery. In the Society Islands, you have let's say islands with a lagoon and with the reef. So you have a great marine life, great land activities and water activities. And finally, you have the Tuamotus, which are only atolls. And if I have to recommend a place, I would say the Tuamotus, because it's where the marine life is at its best. So it's really where you can enjoy diving and snorkeling. You have a very beautiful underwater. If you like diving, snorkeling, that's just one of the best places on Earth for this.
That sounds amazing. And and anything like provisioning, fueling, all available on the islands.
Yes, we have superyachts agents here. Most of I think all the captains here in French Polynesia work with an agent. It's important to work with an agent to do all the paperwork and to help with provisioning, with fueling. There are also more and more. We've seen this recent past month. More and more people who are dedicated to work with superyachts, like concierge service for superyachts specifically. So yes, and as I said before, the great thing here is for charter guests or for owners is that they can just fly private to Tahiti, board the yacht, and just go straight to a small isolated island where they can spend safe vacations. So that's a good part.
So basically, we've got safe 3 times. You fly private, that's safe. You come to a safe location, Tahiti, and you're on your super yacht, and all 3 of them are safe. So it's like it seems like that. Like super yachting is the holiday of the future in post-COVID times. It's safe.
Yes,
so
that's really true. And
No, go ahead. You were saying something.
No, that's what you say is true, and we've just seen that despite the difficult economic situation here in Tahiti, we've seen that luxury tourism and especially superyacht charter is one of the only sectors which is really going well. And still there are still charters books, and yes, that's for the good.
And it's like, because we all know St. Bart's, where it's popular, people would go there, it's beautiful, so don't let me take anything away from it, but you will be there stern to stern because of its St. Bart. I guess in Tahiti you still have like a base and space and room for yourself, where you will not see any other vessel, correct?
Sorry, I think I couldn't hear you very well.
Oh no, don't worry. No, I'll try again. So, like when you go, for example, to St. Bart's or other islands, which are beautiful as well, you'll have a lot of superyachts next to each other. It's quite crowded. Oh, yeah. It's more there for the party and for the social life and for the restaurants. I guess Tahiti is more like if you want your secluded holiday in a bay, nobody around, then Tahiti's probably
yes. I think that's the main difference, and I think that's what people coming to Tahiti are looking for, because they know they don't want to be seen. You have marinas here, but yes, it's a very different, I think, a very different destination. And you're not looking for the same thing that you're looking for in Saint-Tropez or in the Caribbean. It's really different. Yeah.
Fantastic. I think these were the main questions. People wanted to know a little bit about the differences, if any vessel could come there, if there were anything that they could Oh, yeah, I had one, and I'm not sure if this is a good question. Maybe, guys, if I'm asking a question which is inappropriate, it's not. That's my fault. Yeah. The maps, the sea maps, they're available, right? I think I had someone saying me like, do I know how to get it? Because like people sometimes complain that like the underwater maps are not like up to date, and therefore they're a bit tricky. But I don't believe that's the case in Tahiti, guys. This could be the most stupid question ever I'm asking, but I remember this one.
No, I think there's no major problems in this area. Most of the captains have all the information they need, either from other captains who have been in Tahiti before or from the local agents before coming to Tahiti. So that's why it's very important to be prepared before coming in here and to get in touch with a local agent as soon as possible to have all the details you need to have a safe and to cruise in our islands. Yeah.
Great. I've asked my questions. Thank you so much for waking up early and doing this with me. I think that's like, I really enjoyed it. I think you want to end with one final video about the island of Tahiti. We're going to do that, and that's also going to be our goodbye. So thank you again. Thank you everybody who's going to watch this. Any questions you have, either reach out straight to Tahiti Tourism or reach out to us, and we'll make sure that the questions reach them so that they can properly answer them. So anything, just reach out, and we sincerely hope that super yachting in general will have a great season. And for you, we hope Tahiti's going to have like an amazing year this year.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Online Crew, for this great opportunity. And yes, I will let you with this little video just to show you how it is to be on a super yacht in the islands of Tahiti.
Beautiful. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful day, evening, morning, and see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.